in a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers. The final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds,
had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler. Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steel. We'll see which prevails tonight.
High Chief Peter Maivia taking on George the Animal Steel in a steel cage match. Quite a heated history between these two guys.
Yeah, Michael, and I think it's because Maivia is one of the few superstars brave enough to take on the animal. Most of their contests have ended in countouts or disqualifications. Thanks to the cage, we'll get a decisive victory in this one.
Well, that really depends on if the cage can even contain them. The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles. Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Two very opposing styles in every sense of the word, Corey. High Chief Maivia is a much more physically gifted and talented athlete in the ring than Steel. What's it going to take for the animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even more chaotic than ever inside this cage. Nothing about Steel makes sense to someone as traditional as Maivia. There's never any telling what the animal's going to do in a match, and he needs to keep it that way.
Not looking good in this position. Oh, God, face first. George the Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal. But you know who might be... Oh, no, getting in position. What's he planning to do here? The focused attack on the arm. Not a good situation. Able to punch his way out. Solid punch. Here we go. Time to work out some aggression.
Mistake made by Steel.
Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out.
Neither competitor is backing down.
It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here.
What impressive determination from both competitors, keeping at each other no matter what. Oh, overhand chop.
Maivia has Steel in his sights, looking to put the animal down once.
And look at this. That'll do some serious damage.
No way Steel's coming back from that. George with great awareness.
Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching. Setting up again. Backbreaker. Does Peter Maivia have this sewn up? Ooh, sharp kick.
Fist drop. Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
Yeah, Maivia has really figured the animal out here, and his body is still the focus of the attack. The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against people.
I don't know how much more damage this superstar can sustain. We're about to find out all the way from the top, down hard. Oh, and soon we could be seeing a submission here. Targeting the shoulder with the claw. Escape and a takedown. No, nothing fancy here. Tasting victory. Backed up.
Able to turn it into a cover of their own.
Why on earth
would he give up the pin?
He's got bad intentions. He's going back to the well. Just breaking down the opponent. Dishing out the big guns once again. Uh-oh. Oh, clutch.
Breaks. He had it locked in. I didn't expect him to just let go. Peter Maivia, very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows, maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal. Trying to go for it again.
Snap you in half. Maivia can taste it now.
Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
Oh, lariat.
Good Lord.
Short jab. Just raining down those shots to the back of the neck. Double axe handle. Oof.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anoa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
You can almost taste it now.
Having a problem lifting that other leg over.
Boom!
This is not going to end well. Powerbomb! Or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia's called the High Chief in part because of it.
Into the pin.
Is that enough?
And he only stays down for a 1 count.
I don't know what more this superstar can do to put him away. Oh, my God! Ooh! He dodges out of danger.
And it seems as though the High Chief is in a rare state of distress.
Yeah, it's very difficult to prepare for George the Animal Steele.
The summit of this steel cage is in sight, gentlemen.
He's trying to climb up the steel cage. Victory could be close at hand, but first he's got to get himself over the top of the cage.
And now he needs to hurry, needs to escape.
And he's straddling the top of the cage, just feet away from making it to the outside.
Oh, he's almost there.
He better move. Boom!
Oh, my goodness.
He's eyeing the 3 count here.
And the High Chief defeats the animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already